children, we all grow up with dreams and ambitions. However, sometimes life deals us an unfair hand and we have to make alternative plans. This week, I have a conversation with Robert Molefe. Molefe is a reformed convict who grew up wanting to be a nurse, but turned out to be a career criminal. Now, this is very interesting to me. How do you grow up wanting to help people to becoming a person who essentially messes up the lives of ordinary South Africans? Well, he takes us through his journey of crime, being incarcerated, and essentially coming out of prison to try and find forgiveness, redemption, and turning his life around. My name is Mbali Dhlamini, and welcome to The Red Couch. Robert, thank you so much for taking the time out to come and speak to me today. You describe yourself as a reformed convict. So essentially that means that you went through the journey of whatever it is that happened in your life. You then sought forgiveness and you changed your life around. But let's start here. How did you become a convict in the first place?
Okay, let me put it this way. I will say crime was my career.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it started when I was still young, playing soccer. We started by stealing a bicycle in Florida. And obviously I started graduation because my cousin was one member of the gang called the Can. And they were stealing cars and robbing. So I graduated, started to steal the wheel caps and tapes from the car. And after we moved from Comidolens, and that's when now I stayed in the Val. Yeah. That's now when I started to do the serious crime.
So, Lidlohile Comidolens,
Yes.
you're moving to the Val. Is this with your entire family?
No, not my entire family, because actually we moved because, you know, the family house is Balwana. So my mom opted, you know what, let's move. So we went to Maximana.
Okay.
Yeah, we stay in Maximana.
Okay. Wafitla, you get to Maximana. What are you now graduating to?
Yeah, getting to Maximana, and then I meet these other guys. Obviously, Babang, they grew up Kodi Plotong, and Babang, they grew up around Kovali. Then me, with my experience, seeing those, my cousin was stealing cars, I was a little bit experienced because I know Leswaya, Bariki Kota. You know, we used to open cars. It's a self-made key,
Okay.
that we use to steal car with.
So, Nikagazangayo, like
Yes.
you? Okay.
Yeah. So the guys, they knew around the fruit farm, Titiere, and some they grew up Kodi Plotong. Then that's when now we started to go for housebreaking and car theft.
Okay. You were sentenced to eventually, so this crime spree, you're sentenced to over 20 years
Yes.
in prison. What was this for?
I was sentenced for murder, robbery, and escape from lawful custody.
Murder.
Yeah.
So, in the time that you're hijacking cars, how do you then move from stealing dikoloi ngamakoka to committing murder? Like, how do we get to that point?
Okay, actually, what's happening is like obviously you're starting by stealing, and then you're going for his brag. In the house, you find a gun, and then my first gun, I sell a gun. The second one, I also sell it. The third one, I didn't sell. I said, you know what, I will keep the gun with me. So for in case when you go for house breaking, then if there's someone, then now we're going for house robbery. And with my murder case, it was unfortunate. It was the guy from Town. So I had a friend by the name Pinky. His name was Terminator. Around so we Terminator, but he passed on. So that's when I started to meet Pinky. So what happened, the guy had a gun, Lena, and then I had a gun, and Pinky also had a gun. So the guy, we tried to take the gun. And my friend Amutunya, and then he was dead. I took the gun, and we were arrested. Actually, me, I was the one who was arrested.
So, on that charge sheet, when you are then sentenced to these years in prison, they say you were convicted of 17 charges of murder. And this is just one of those cases. After you commit your first murder, does it then become easy for you to kill? I'm going to ask it in that way.
It's not easy to kill. I usually can sometimes you not know. By the time you go hijack, what if you attack you know, I usually say maybe probably mutubulele but babangata those kind of thing, not knowing. Or what halwan?
No, but I'm trying to understand here.
Yeah.
So No, wait. Let's go back a bit. So you are saying, mutu o nakash tlhokofala anyway due to other things. It's possible. Like people die all the time.
No, isn't yalo. I'm saying if baba lo hijack Mbali, ne?
Yeah.
If ba o hijack, they are different about ba bereka. Baba bana lo tla pa gampa mo tshware ke dipelo. O we wona mo mo spi. O tlo re bolele ke man. Exactly. That's why I'm saying sometimes you find out to commit a murder unaware.
Okay,
Yes,
I understand.
yeah.
So are you saying of these 17 murders, some of them were accidental?
Not to say they were accidentally, and obviously can have a difference. So when I'm committing those crimes, I was not a murderer. You understand?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Actually, I will put it in a way where that's why I was saying crime was my career. I knew how to steal. I knew how to rob. But when it comes to killing, it was not my thing.
So you would not enter a crime scene with the intention to take bophelo ba motho?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying. At that time, Robert, did you consider yourself a menace to society?
I didn't see myself a menace to society. You know, now back then where like I grew up amongst my comrades in Body PAC, we had that thing so which means we're taking what belongs to us. So that's why I end up getting more crime.
So the areas that you guys were targeting, mainly the area.
Let me start site Yako Valley. That will be the dairy, Walker Valley, fruit farm, then you go Boma Nest, and then also one state, Kako Pretoria, which means Nekidula Kostere, then we use Botlufsehe. So it's different suburb.
This career, Yahao, in crime, did it make your life better? Like honestly, we grow up in a certain way. We say maybe crime, I want to put food on the table. Was your crime career fruitful?
It was fruitful until I ran out of luck. I will say because we're committing crime because we want to put food in the table. And then along the way, you meet these other guys. Now they start using drugs, you understand. So you turn up now, you're doing many things. Yeah.
Okay, Robert, then you are sentenced to over 20 years in prison. Which jail do you go to? And can you tell us a bit about your experience?
I started my sentence in Sun City, that's Johannesburg prison. Then I went to Pavian Sport, I went to Lokop, I went to Pretoria Central, that is Hosimamburu now, yeah.
So, about transfer within this 20-year period for what reason? It's just
me wanted to leave the barrack in Johannesburg prison, wanted to go to Pavian.
So wait, only in prison you can make a request for?
Yes.
On what grounds?
On what grounds? Like for instance, I will put it this way. By the time I was also doing appeal, actually with the 17 years,
yes,
it's a murder case. So I was acquitted that murder case.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what, Sansitu case. Too many things there, like the sodomy, the robbery, and then you know what? Pavian. It's just going to see Pavian.
Do you know the way that you put it? You're making it sound like you were touring the correctional facilities. Does it become something like that? Because this is now your life. You've been sentenced to over 20 years, so...
Yeah, you're taking, and even Libon is like they've been sentenced for life, double life, you understand? So for me, it was like,
okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience in prison. So you can choose anyone, any of the prisons that
I will just give all them different stories.
Yeah.
I will start with Sun City, obviously Sun City Natlets, and Sun City, obviously, gang yabereka.
Okay.
The thing of gangsterism yabereka, and the other thing, Chelete yabereka.
Chelete eli tolang guy from the outside?
From the outside, yes. Yeah, Retola from Content and Chelete yabereka. So I had to share, you know, go prison, we've got those single beds, and then we've got your little bit space, more balang moting. So I had this guy from Kotiplofu, you know, and he was like, Arabule, Pachisibe, so we're sharing the big space.
Okay.
So to find out, I was still attending the other cases. So at night, I could hear, no, man, something is happening. Because there were new ones that were coming. Then I see this guy, man. Ubizu sodomizer wanomo. You understand? And I won't say ki forced, I don't know. Because sometimes I say forced, sometimes ki forced. Then I was like, I don't forget party, man. Mina ngisatenda my case. So in the morning I wake up SPU. Wena utonka khangla ukiberekisela khangla ka taba tsa o le mantanyula ai nkenyetsa party na ke attenda di court. So re busy ra move mole, here came this other guy. No, wetsalang. I think a friend has P. Then he was like, no, Robert ne o bata spaces high because what's it about wow ka language re buang ka yo. So and then this guy said, ungazonga le ntwana. Damn. So you should understand uri ko tronkong lebitso la ntwana. Ntwana ke motho jiwang mouth. I mean ke motho sodomizwa.
Okay.
Yes.
So that made you upset.
Yay. And kamoroga so o bua seZulu ke Mtswana okay o ke tseba di language. Kamoroga ka Setswana, then he tried to pull me come out, and lucky there was a cup ya ko prison, you know. Then I grabbed him by the neck. Unfortunately, I came sharp motlhogong. So I think I hit him 4 times. So this other guy is piwe o tshwara kapo, then a ke goga ya mo shapa mo ya mo khatha. And then piwe is a part ya di gang. Ke Royal Air Force 3. So okay ben ntwe felang ke tsamaya ke lo phaka bile ne ke batla jungle oats. Then when I came back, I'm seeing this guy who apere bokfel. So a bokfel, it's ke jacketing. Usually ha o ka bona ko tronkong apare di bokfel. Then we know re go tlo ba lentwa.
Because letang le hide the weapon.
No, that bokfel is
protective
gear. Protective gear. Like if
okay.
you use our self-made knife, sometimes I khono ken because of bokfel. Our older bokfel is like what is a bok?
It's an animal of sorts.
Yeah, bok. Okay, so immediately ha ke feta wa ML. So wa ML ha ke tena nshape ka mpama ke mtshele ka
jungle oats.
Unfortunately, ne sa chase ante spoon se ke mkapa ka bariking ka plate ya lezeng. So ba khalemele mole. So these other guys ba ntse ba e ba bang wa bona akere re ko juvenile.
How old are you at this time, Robert?
I think I was 20.
Okay.
Am I right? Yeah, I was 20. I was 20 ke ngodisitse di jara tse nyane that's why ne ke le ko juvenile.
So you were Robert.
So usually re ngodisa jara tse nyane expecting you'll get a free bail. Then obviously after getting bail, I'm not gonna come attend the case.
So no ngadisitse gore you were how old at that time?
Yeah, I think ne kitse ke boma 17, 18.
Okay.
Like you should ke belong ko juvenile.
Go juvenile.
Yeah,
okay.
so I thought you ke tla thola boma the free bail, those kind of thing. So it never happened. So babang ba bona mo lo ra ntwetsa, and they were asking ore dai money he to roi no more. So ke makhalata mang ba ntse ba from konte le ko trialing.
Okay.
So about roi no more se like ke ntwa dumela.
Oh, Phumasilwe.
Yeah, Phumasilwe. I mean ke ngwana ke le wana mo motswadi ngaka, so I grew up very ke itwanela so ntwanele ntwaka. So then Spiwe came after, then he came at Omtlelo Roke gang member sitsa high since ke mo le maditse di batla 33 rand.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 33,000 in that moment, but okay, 33 rand.
33 rand. Ke chelete ko prison. So 33 rand, then I told Spiwe ka ra una 33 rand o tlo tholang. Wena batho ba sa shapeng molao ba lwana. O di kena kae? A una 33 rand o tlo ikena. Because obviously, ke na le difference tsa ma RAF 3, ke na le difference tsa ma RAF 4, ke na le difference tsa ma 28, ke na le difference tsa ma 26. Ke di gang.
Okay.
So I know about the numbers, even though ke sanke mlao. So I was like, lucky azanke unke mlao. I think ke be ke le motho mo opet if ke nkile mlao. I'm thinking so. So that's my experience here mo. Then obviously, ka di weekends re batla o jumpela ko di medium, ko di section, obviously ro bona di chomi tsa rona. Then obviously you'll meet your friends Bakupitori, Alexander, Tembisa.
So wait, I don't know if maybe I'm very naive when it comes to gore go prison go tsagalang. How really jumpela Kodi medium. This is you.
So it's from juvenile.
Yeah.
So bana lubula tronco. So ababula tronco is like the section ka section.
Oh,
so
okay,
another
okay.
medium obata ya ko medium ko section ele maybe obvious so thola bo mtekwani your main rights
Okay.
then khona uba on your section. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like bina ke fitla I think two of my friends. Two. One nearly 26, bali two nearly 26, and it's like always feel so good like shake ganyane sansita tlhaba di boshwa tsene because of the rank. Then Tobatsi was working in kitchen, so you understand already dintho for night was easy.
Easy.
Yeah, it's like Tobatsi utlatisa skaftini, sa tsukere skaftini sa peanut butter, skaftini sa syrup wabon. So keep sharp. If I'm thinking already direkise then kidirekise.
So while you're in prison, because obviously this is just one experience that you're telling me about of this fight, go juvenile. What was your turning point? What happened? You know what? This ayona asim buphilo o boki bo batlang for myself. Like, what was that turning point?
I think it happened actually ko Pavian. So I left two guns go high.
Okay.
So one anka di tunya tseo batisa ko Pitori.
Okay.
So when they had them ko Pitori, one of my cousin they steal those guns, and then one ever fit like ko Pavian tswero. And then the other thing, looking more man, this old lady man. So I will tell him, Pavian is too far forward. Hey, right. Because I was like, waiting, and I still pillow back. But then they were prisoning. And about change, go change, how do I share PDO? I get a PDO primary dropout.
Okay, so drop out of school, go grade man.
Go primary. I want to get a PDO, go primary. So I understand my life is like, okay, stand at 5. I got pass.
Okay.
Because in sake is sale. So I went to stand at 6, got fraud. I go stand at 7, got fraud. So that's why I get a primary dropout.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So how you stand at 6 cuff road, you stand at 7 cuff road? Why anje ko tlaseng kana go?
No.
Why passes a fella just for?
I report. Rangwada, we make plans to get a stamp, we cut this thing, as if like it cut you a calendar anything. Then go submit a school on sale.
U change the colo, Robert, or we is the same school?
Another school.
We kill as the transfer.
Yeah, it's like the transfer letters because it's shifted more like not alone. It's long it was a report.
So, okay, like you're saying, you are in prison now. One of your cousins, Baizang, Bamutswere.
Then I was like, what if this person Mutswere and then Kaditunya Tele Babashore came up Pavian? And it's because I know with those guns, like, yeah, I think it was as a blessing or Baditone.
And then what do you do? Like in that moment, how Robert will change Bophelo bao? Because Obo change, obviously you're still within
the prison.
Yeah,
keep tata. Because I need to survive. Katsuba. Akiri Katsuba, Kitsuba, Mtekwan. Kitsuba the drugs. And obviously, auto change amounts. I can say the primary dropout to the program as in Tozak. And then go prison, they give you chance either about Obereka or about school. So usually, none eating lay. Yeah, eating lay is just to eat and go and relax. So that's it. Then when I buy school, first thing I feel, hey, we are about Obereka. I told them, Moromo, serve a sentence, I get Obereka, I clock in a school.
Okay.
And yeah, then I was like, they started to stop cigarette, go Pavian.
Okay.
I was like, I go back to Joburg, then I'm going back to local.
So Robert, in all of this, obviously you then have experiences within the prison system, and then you get released. Now you need to try and change your life around, because I carry these opportunities inside the prison. From what I'm understanding, you didn't really use them to the best of your advantage, you know? So now what? you know, and you have to go back into the communities that you used to terrorize before, you know. This was the person that you were. How do you start? Like, where do you start?
Okay, I will say this thing started to go Pretoria Central.
Okay.
I wanted to move to Krugersdorp. One tlhaloganyo re dai gatetse ke Pitori ke tena ke ba ba tswang go di plaseng ba phaka ka di. So we've got that thing ya re ke kwa, but I was like, man, se to fetsa prison. Lucky Khulisa came. So even Khulisa ke tsebile from go local Marnex nana.
So Khulisa is an organization.
Is an organization. Yeah, it was working go prison. So they said they were looking for to attend the program. So this social work, and obviously now with the releasing date, body program. So I want, or you've been rehabilitated. So I was like, I'm getting anything. The catchment I was like, then we went there and. So amongst all they understand that nesitaba ya changes because ketaba ya banyana. But only moment body project I can't ke le primary dropout wa bona. Ke bona nyana ke abalanya. So I was like manantse ke le busy ka this project ya bona bo Khulisa ka bana ba o fa body homework. How can I go selling? Hey, we are ka ile Khulisa, re batla cookies rona man. Oh understand when I tshwantse ngwale di homework Sposhanyana se ka re se botlhale mo nthong tsa sekolo tla mo a ntlhalosetse man a ba sho so ba shore wa bona so ke ntse ke attend those program then that's where I started to rama tshwantse ke change ke ya kontle and I will say kana kwa se ke tlo ya kontle like is because community yeah ne ba tsebo re ke tsotsi they never saw dintho tse ne ke di etsa
okay
yeah
okay
so I was released so ke ya kontle. So I think I had 870 nearly chelete yam tekwani ke rekiseng kontle coming in the outside with Khulisa next of the project abona I was doing the other bareke track wise so tshantse ke lo ruta di boswa tse ding ka di drugs but so I was released I had to re ke tlo ngala di test get the presentation so ka ya go track wise ka etsa di presentation tse o ka pass thola certificate so the problem azanka berekisa di opportunities tse ko tronkong still a ke tsebe nix a ke na matsogo a ke na skill like ora plumbing nyana o bona poster nyana ke tseba utswa ke tseba roba but okay mo di program nyana e maranka ikrela span nyana itse man ke hlukane le nthonyana tse dingata bo so Khulisa ba mpitse man e tla to feleletsa the project so a ke tla ke feleletsa ba ibitsa ba re ke my path. They've got 1, 2, and 3 my path ki motor rutang my path ile na ne le seboshwa bona so ante ka attend my path they come with a project the bariki screen printing so before join those things chance about check polygraphy test drug test ki di pass then ka volunteer I think Moranbeck mo ke tsa tsone di screen printing ya tsama ka yona smart ka Moranbeck di card di tse dingata ne re ba printena I think for a year then came a lady from Canada. He was doing restorative justice. Okay. So they needed someone to sound like translating from Afrikaans to English, Sizulu to English, yalo. And the kana go bona ke le PDO ne primary dropout. Yes. Yeah. I mean ke khona wetsa ntho tse wrong, why ke tlopalla go wetsa ntho tse right. Ai. Mo ona ntho tsosang, understand? Yeah. So then abakwala that printing shop then I came assistance coordinator so we work go local we're doing family mediation so we did the family mediation and then I fell out that contract 6 months then get high so understand what you go high I know how to sell ke tseba o rekisa ke rena ke rekisa di stolen goods so both pizza palazo pizza they've got those things buy one get one so buy one, then I will buy those sneakers, the egos, in 5,000 rand. So that means if it is 1,000 rand, I've got 10 pairs. So I'm selling with the original price. Oh, warekisa. Yeah. I get a 22 pair 1,000. Then I'm selling for you 1,000. So can take a piece. Then Khulisa they ask him for a renali project. Are you getting? Then it was called Safer South Africa, like to sabat understand crime is a halang. Obviously, ki victim, ki perpetrator, ki situation. So ki yebo ma ratanda. So it was so nice because ki atseba ka crime. Then I graduated from more, then this lady and teacher ka facilitating Barakinaneti. And then was history.
So, did you ever go and ask for forgiveness or try to redeem yourself, Mobatumba, where you actually committed the crimes? Because now I get to change how you're doing right by society, but Batuba that you did wrong directly. Did you ever go to them and ask for apologies?
I will say most of the complainants are easy because it's like I understand. And then on this one, I made a case. I didn't pull a trigger. I got nixie. Even by Liban acquitted, I made a case because when I go to the guy, we let to testify. Robert was there, but Robert was
he didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm born and I had a gun go. Put so then I was acquitted. They made a case. So I never had a chance to one of these other complainants my child because back then parole party so really that thing if ulotola parola then they call your complainant to
that victim offender dialogue. Yes.
So so we into.
Do you think things like that are helpful in this particular instance? Because like you're saying, when I told opportunity to those people and maybe even understand the actions how diba affected in what way. So the victim offender dialogues, do you advocate for them? Do you think
it's a good thing? It's a good thing because once being involved with the case, it's a examination. Sometimes but
why?
What
happened?
Oh, I understand. So obviously, and if we don't put by back time it's like I was a teenager and everything on it was like gun, drug, theft. So no sin right phone. So I can't tell you why I can say that thing. Yeah.
Right now, as we close it off, Robert, I think in this day and age, we are able to watch the KC Dieta Halamo TV. A lot of people feel like the legal expert, you know, we watch cases take place and everybody is afraid. And everybody has an opinion about certain cases that play out maybe in the media. Find guilty. Find guilty when your case has not even been completed. For situations like that, how important do you think it is to improve, you know, the campaigns and the in the communities to try and mediate between communities and the perpetrators?
Yeah, I think it's so very important because you should understand so obviously community and I had experience obvious people are scared of you and obviously the stories are so it's good to community because community will tell you like if you like 6 months so they've got those things if we let wrong we're still gonna go back. Oh, understand. And the other thing is about to bury offended. If you've been released, now you have to stay 10 years before you can be cleared for criminal record. So tell me, for the whole 10 years, not everyone is good into entrepreneurship. Babang, they prefer prison. I prefer Obereka gayang unale criminal record. So that's why it's so very important to even the government, the community, baruti integration about. Yeah. And when it comes more the dialogue, it's so very important to mutatole closure. Why will one rape? Why will one polite? And you get other cases. It's only the offenders babata ore alobona complainant victim and you should know that's what I usually tell him. At least do at least
Robert, thank you so much for coming in today. Your story has been entertaining, inspirational, and it taught me quite a lot and opened my eyes to things that I thought I knew, but I clearly did not. So thank you so much for coming through today.
No, you're welcome. I was not proud to come into and saying, and it's not people they've got this thing already. The inmates they've got this privilege about by the body motivational talk. So if we don't do resortory those privileges, that means we should reoffend. So and just the fella sounds about integrity about to rebabble communication.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Uneva.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, take care of yourselves.